Hey everybody, and welcome to this After Hours Gaming League Sunday Showdown between Bungie and Electronic Arts. And I am Metal, and I'm joined by my friend Immortal Kid.
Hi man, how's it going?
Dude, I had a really good time this morning casting Facebook and Apple One, and I'm really stoked that we can get into another set of games between Bungie and Electronic Arts.
Yeah, that is correct, dude. We're gonna jump into more AHGL today, so that's good that we're getting more AHGL games to cast.
I know, it's just this endless plethora. I mean, we could just keep emailing people and be like, hey, send us your replays, and they'd be like, yes!
Yeah.
But
Cast everybody, dude.
It'd be a lot of hours, but whatever, it'd be worth it. But Bungie today is coming in as the underdog, being 2-3 in this the After Hours Gaming League season right now, and Electronic Arts being at a 3-2. We do see Electronic Arts being having a Masters player and being the first game up, so this may set the tone for this it's a best of 3 right now until it's a best of 5, but it does seem that later Electronic Arts just has the more solid team right now as in ranking, but we've found in the After Hours Gaming League that a lot of teams don't necessarily have time to ladder, but they're very active in practicing with their team and or just having enormous amounts of skill. And just to talk about these teams a little bit and what they're all about. So in the After Hours Gaming League, if you are a team, you are trying to win money for a certain charity. And for Electronic Arts, they're doing Child's Play, where they're trying to win money for. So the Child's Play gives the gift of video games, and the power of play can help children in hospitals around, I guess, the country. I'm not sure if this is an international. But Bungie has the Bungie Foundation. Being an independent company, they are pushing out and giving back by giving entertainment to children to ease suffering and endeavor to build positive mental attitudes within youth, and all of which is super good. But I'm ready for this game one.
Yeah, dude, let's jump into it. It's gonna be a Cirque versus random, with the Masters player being random. So let's see if he gets his preferred race or his quote-unquote weaker race.
And I don't necessarily know if he does this in every match, he's just a random player, or if he's doing it because he feels, a bit of...
Because, yeah, he's going against a gold player, so he thinks he can do it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But spawning in the bottom right-hand position on Katayana, we have Miva, the red Terran player representing Team...
Electronic Arts.
Thank you.
And on the bottom, or on the left side of Catalina, we have the blue Zerg. It is Chuck Dickens. He represents Bungie.
I do like the Dickens, in the Dickens at least.
Yeah, maybe he did Chuck Dickens because of Charles Dickens. I think he's read enough of his material that they're buddies, so he calls him Chuck.
So, I would, if I knew Charles Dickens that well, I'd love to call him Chuck too. But ZVT on Katiana. As a Terran player, what do you think we're going to see in this matchup?
So Reaper's not super good on this map just because you don't... Actually, never mind. It is very good on this map because you have that big, ramp kind of jump into the space. So I would go Reaper to Scout. And then if Miva's been watching WCS, just steal 4GG's build, man. Go with 8 Hellbats, 7 minutes. And just waffle stomp the Zerg player. We were seeing Miva scout around to the opposite corner, so he's not going to be able to get that first scout.
Unfortunately not. And we're probably going to see a 15 pull out of our Zerg player. a 15 hatch out of our Zerg player. When it's CVT, you can feel the luxury of getting that early expansion and not having to worry about it. But we're seeing pull first, actually.
I wonder why. Maybe he's scared. Maybe it's the... skill difference, quote unquote. He's like, okay, if I go macro, his just pure macro ability is gonna beat me. So 14 pulls, speed leg, maybe bailing bust down the supply depot and try to win it like that.
It looks like it's going to be that way because he's going to get his expand right now, but definitely getting that gas, just getting the pull early is enough, but getting the gas early as well, that is something. So we're definitely going to see some aggression out of this, and guess what? Miva's coming through, and he's going to be able to see all of it.
Yeah, Miva opted out for the Marine first, so he's going to get his factory faster than normal because he's skipping the Reaper. So maybe he'll go just what if he does that thing they used to do with the double factory, just 8 Hellions at 5.5 minutes?
It'd be a little sad to watch, but it is super, super strong.
And there goes the factory, and he is saving that money for the reactor on his barracks. Is he? Wait, no, he's not. Okay.
Gonna get out his Hellions. Is he putting that on it? No, he's making another Marine? Okay.
Yeah, interesting. Maybe Widowmine drops? We'll see.
Maybe this early gasp allude me to Speedlings being at my front door fairly quickly as a Terran to get Hellions out basically as quickly as I can. But in the After Hours Gaming League, we do have players that casual playing in a sense to do things that are maybe less standard.
Yeah, Miva is moving out with 4 Marines around the map. I wonder what he's looking for. He's looking for like a... Oh. Interesting. Good point.
Definitely looking for Overlords, and this one Overlord maybe doesn't look like it'll be seen because it is on a higher ground than those Marines.
And there we go. Widowmine being produced. Starport on the way. Maybe just 6 Marines, 2 Widowmines, like in the main base. Super strong.
That can be powerful. I just don't... And our Zerg player is putting a spine crawler in the front of his natural expansion. I don't necessarily think he'll need to do that. I want a spore crawler in his main as well.
Well, I guess can he actually see that there's no expansion with the Overlord? Yeah, he can see that there's no expansion, so he's getting prepared. He knows something must be coming soon.
And the second CC coming down at a really nice timing. We'll have that medevac out in just a moment to get to... We do have that other... No, I'm only one Widowmine.
Still, one Widowmine hit is enough. Meanwhile, Miva is getting his Bailing Nest on the way. Spreading his creep, getting a couple more links, just sending links out to check for that expansion, or maybe even to block it, and he probably sees, he should have at least seen it in his minimap. He's moving a link. Well, he has a link patrolling, so no links in production just yet. This could do a lot of damage.
I mean, a lot of damage. But we have Lings trying to punch up the front, but it's not going to necessarily do anything. We have auto-repairing. Oh, and here it comes.
And here it comes. He's targeting the Queen, which is the only attacking unit at the moment. Chuck Dickens doesn't realize just yet. The Widowmine blows up on the Overlord, so not a lot of damage done on those Overlords. 4 Lings on the way. A couple of Banelings. He's going to keep killing Overlords.
And catching 2 Overlords coming out of the main base. This is huge. Is he gonna supply block him with this?
He probably will.
And the drones are coming back to attack, and it's gonna move right back in the... Yeah, most definitely right back and getting up.
And it's gonna run away. Maybe it's gonna lure him into the Widowmine. Widowmine blows up on one of the eggs, and Miva seems to finally not be able to do much anymore. Loading, unloading, these Speedlings are just gonna deal with that drop, and he kind of forced Miva not to take his expansion just yet. So, all in all, I don't think he lost that much. He lost 1 drone.
1 drone, but 3 Overlords, and he's supply blocked right now, making 4 Overlords right now.
It could have gone worse, I think. Now there's 4 Hellions, 6 Hellions on the way for Miva, so this follow-up is going to be bad. And a Banshee, man.
Oh my gosh, a Banshee as well.
And the Widowmine is still in his base. Building a Spore by the Widowmine, so at least he'll be able to kill that eventually. And Chuck Dickens making the wall off up in front of his ramp. He probably assumes it's coming.
He should get up and move this Widowmine, actually. Miva should move it into the into the
main. He is just constantly hitting Overlord, so eventually in a couple more hits, he could have gone in that. Meanwhile, Hellions roasting all of these links. And now Chuck Dickens must be feeling the pressure.
No, I mean, these Hellions are pretty much going to be... we'll get the Lings to come out, maybe be able to get rid of them, but there's nothing that can shoot air right now except for this Queen. Do we have cloak research? No.
No, not yet. And Queen could transfuse the spine, so Chuck Dickens isn't in too much of a tight spot. Miva does get the chance of setting up his expansion. He's moving up. He's probably going to focus down the spine. 1 Hellion does go down. And now there's just going to be flames everywhere.
Just flames. I mean, these go-karts just need to run around. Oh, but there is a bunch of Lings, and they will be throwing them off. Will they get this around? And it looks like they will be able to clean this up.
They do. And the Banshee could also die if he moves in to that Queen. The last Hellion does go down. Chuck Dickens could have ended up dying there, so holds on quite well.
Supply is kind of telling of a not so good story for Zerg. 39 supply to 54 of the Terran. So Chuck Dickens got to get his macro up just a little bit to be able to start inflicting some aggression and getting into his later game tech.
Yeah, and there's a Viking over on the right side of the map. Just gonna go check out for Overlord, see if we can get anything. One lane does come down into the natural and gets clearly blue flame down, or just fired down. No blue flame just yet.
No, it's just gonna stay bio. You know,
What
he's adding another factory, so he is going mech.
Or maybe he'll get Widow Mines and they'll add on for. Let's see. Oh yeah, he has 2 factors. Yeah, he's gonna go mech. Good pointed out. Viking just runs around, kills one Overlord.
I mean, this is such a good idea, and he could actually position himself near these Overlords and be able to maybe kill one of them. However,
Yeah.
Just leaving it on auto scout or just having it
Yeah.
mapped out.
Just attacking to patrol around. Chuck Dickens is getting some Baylings on the left side of the map. Not sure what he's gonna do with this. Banshee is coming down again, or coming out. He does, and Miva does have a dropship with probably 4 Hellions that he's gonna load up. A lot of lanes moving up on the left side of the map. Is he gonna try to Baneling bust him? He has a couple of Banelings.
It looks like he's going to try to bust open the front and just Lings flood in behind it. There are a lot of Hellions here. I do think that this is going to be...
But there's a Thor out now, and a tank on the way? No, just Hellions. So
it's going to be somewhat ill-advised, I think. I mean, these Banelings don't have speed. His macro really isn't there. His natural expansion doesn't have almost any drones on minerals. He's bulking up on gas.
yeah, he's gonna go for it. Here comes the Banelings. Gonna target this one supply depot, even though the ramp is down. Here come the Hellions. All these Banelings kind of killed the unnecessary supply depots, I think. He's gonna take the bunker, probably? No, not yet. And Miva must be feeling in a very good position right now. Look at all these Hellbats.
Just bulking up and being able to take a lot of aggression. I mean, he just really has to sit tight right now. And is he getting tanks? Yeah, get his tank count up, and then feel free to move out. I mean, our Zerg player just isn't really sitting in a good place economically at 73 supply, while our Terran player is at 114.
Yeah, and he's gonna go for it, man. Just not even wait for more than one tank. He has a Thor with him, a couple of Hellbats, a Banshee, so he's gonna deal with this quite effectively. And meanwhile, Miva is gonna probably kill this Overseer, Overlord at the top of the ramp, supply blocking Chuck Dickens once again.
And will these Roaches and Spinecrawler be able to hold this? I don't necessarily think so. These 2 Banshees are going to be, what are their kills at? 10 and 2, so 12 on those total. And gosh, the Hellbat is such a great unit, can just take a lot of punishment. And now that it has Blue Flame, we'll be able to quite a bit. But moving back, not necessarily in a good position. I think he should have waited till he had more tanks, because then it would be way more effective against those clumped up Roaches.
Well, he can just sit comfortably here and wait for him to come down. A couple of drones coming down and spray. Roaches might actually be able to clean this up. No, I guess not.
No.
And now Miva is just gonna run through everything over here.
I mean, definitely showing his skill. I mean, as Terran, I mean, as a random player, I mean, it's great to be good at all races, but it seems that he was really confident with his Terran, doing a nice little bit of aggression with the beginning and getting all those Overlords supply blocking and just kind of like throwing Zerg off a little bit, because honestly, he hasn't really gotten his macro up since.
Yeah, and Miva does have a planetary fortress, so even if this attack doesn't do much, he has his search set up, because he has a lot of units back home too to defend anything that could come up. One of the Banshees does go down, but I think 15 workers, and there's like 27 drones left. And this drone is gonna solo this tank. Look at this drone, is one hit away from soloing this tank. And Miva drops a meal just to repair his tank.
Yeah, I'm just basically waiting for the GG right now. I mean, I don't see the Zerg player really coming back from any of this. I mean, he's getting some Lings, but soon there's going to be more Hellions up here. And
yeah, here comes the rest of the army moving up the middle of the map. And this tank, man, hero tank, surviving everything that Chuck Dickens has tried sending at him. The Banshee might end up even taking down this Slayer before the game finishes. And there we go. CMGG.
Oh, there we go. And so AE coming up on the, I mean EA coming up on the scoreboard.
Yeah, definitely. Mivo super confident with his Terran play.
2-2. There we go. And we'll get into this next game between Bungie and Electronic Arts in just a moment.